Hello everyone. This is going to be a really short video on cognitive dissonance, but it's a really interesting idea that some people get confused about, and I think it makes a whole lot of sense when you really understand what they're really talking about. So a psychologist named Leon Festinger in the 1950s did some research about cognitive dissonance, and what he said was that when we do something against our beliefs or our values, it threatens our positive self-image, and we have sort of this discomfort or this anxiety about it. And he called that anxiety cognitive dissonance. So if we do something against our beliefs and values, we feel bad about it. I put this picture of this super cute little cow on here because many of us, love animals, but we still eat meat, we still eat beef, we still eat chicken. And so we have some dissonance about that if we think about it, right? We actually use Freud's defense mechanism of denial usually. But, many of us may have some cognitive dissonance about that, especially, maybe if we just visited a farm and we saw some really cute cows or chickens or baby chickens or whatever it is, we could have some cognitive dissonance. And what he said is that we have to do something to get rid of that discomfort, because we want to we want to be consistent with our beliefs and values, and if we're not, then we feel that anxiety and that discomfort. We know smoking's bad for us, but we do it anyway, and so we have to use that denial system that nothing bad's going to happen to us. That's for other people. We also have this idea of wanting to keep our word, to be honest, and to keep commitments. And if we don't do that, then we have this cognitive dissonance. We feel bad about it. So Festinger said that we really try to seek harmony in our attitudes and our beliefs and our behavior. And if we do something that's inconsistent with that behavior, we have a bad feeling about it. And we're going to have to, in order to deal with that bad feeling or that cognitive dissonance, we have to change something. We have to change our viewpoint. We have to change our values or our beliefs, or we have to justify it in some way. He also said dissonance has physiological consequences. Certainly, like when we have anxiety, we start to have sweating and feeling bad. So Festinger's experiment in 1959 was interesting. So he gave students a boring task. I can't remember what it was now. It's kind of like a puzzle or something. But the original students were asked to rate the task, and all of them said this was really boring and dumb and we didn't like it. But then what Festinger did that was kind of brilliant was he offered these students money to tell the upcoming students, the new participants that were coming in, the new volunteers that were coming in to do the experiment, how exciting and how much fun that experiment was. And so he offered some students nothing, but he just asked them to do it. He offered $1 to some students and then $20 to students. And which group do you think actually felt worse about lying? The person that got no money or the person that got $20? So the students actually that were paid $20 to lie felt less cognitive dissonance than the students that were paid $1 or nothing. And what Festinger said was that the students that got paid $20 were able to justify it in their own mind that anybody would lie for $20, especially in 1959. That was a lot of money back then. Be like $100 or $200 to us today. So he said that they got rid of that cognitive dissonance or that bad feeling about lying by justifying it because they got a lot of money for doing it. So people can reduce that cognitive dissonance by changing their attitudes and their beliefs about the situation. And so they were able to easily convince themselves that anybody would tell a small lie for $20. So that's one of the things that we have to do. So if we're a carnivore and we still love animals and we don't like the idea that we're eating an animal, well, we live in denial. We just don't think about it, and we don't have that dissonance about it. But when we're forced to think about it, we have that cognitive dissonance about it. So that's the end on cognitive dissonance.